Hi everybody and welcome to 120 and one of the Net Zero Outlier series. Everybody these days is talking about oil and gas as a sector, as a pariah. You shouldn't touch it, you shouldn't talk about it. It's just like, the cardinal sin and fossil fuels are bad and we should get out of them and all of that. Nobody stops and says, well, wait a minute, what is the footprint of oil and gas in our lives? Everybody's just fixated on cars and vehicles and transportation, while, oil and gas, without them, hardly we can live. Sad to say so, but that's a reality. And to go after these guys and just make them, poster childs of all things wrong is a bit myopic. And I'll tell you why. Not because I work for one of the major IOCs, but the fact is that everything in our lives, from tennis racket strings, from cosmetics, nail polish, TV screens, packaging, toys, for many of you who buy many of them, all are dependent on the 15% of what fossil fuel contributes to petrochemical industry, putting aside that 34% of emissions, yes, globally are from fossil fuels. But the question here is not about if salt is bad and we should cut salt. No, we cannot live without salt and we cannot live without oil and gas completely. And that is myopic because we don't stop to think about how the oil and gas was extracted, in which geographies, at what expense, what were the ramifications for extracting it, and are those the concerns that we should have, or the oil and gas itself? You see, the balance sheet of emissions is a bit, I would say, engineered, and we will talk about that. But the reality is that we cannot switch to everything as well electric because of the footprint of all things renewable haven't been shared with us. Lord David Alliance, who's an entrepreneur, and in his book, A Life in Bazaar, one day talks about that his driver and chauffeur was driving and he did an uncharacteristic mistake, to which he goes and says, "Don't you think when you're driving?" And his driver said, "I'm not paid to think, I'm paid to drive." I think we are as well fixated on how to drive, what to drive, and hardly think about this transition. Do subscribe, stay tuned, and more to come on this series. See you soon.